at this moment. So we have one that's exiting the coastline right now at Toms River, but the new one until 6:45 this morning. And I like this map without the radar on it, just to kind of eyeball it and show you where the worst of it is right now. It's cutting through Cumberland, through Salem, Gloucester, Camden, Burlington, Ocean, Atlantic counties. So that's the area of concern at the moment. This is the cell that I'm talking about. 85 lightning strikes just within the past few minutes, showing you how active this storm is. You've got heavy rain. We've had 1-inch hail in some spots with these storms. So in Wilmington, you've got a live lightning strike right there. In Pilesgrove in Salem County. In Glassboro, the kids driving around and rowing. I hope you don't have really early classes or teachers heading there, because it's nasty with that rain coming down. And you can see how those strong winds are creating a little bit of a bow echo, kind of pushing it out here. You can tell by the way that cell is curved here that it's dealing with some strong winds coming in. In Gloucester Township as well, right on the AC Expressway. So that's the main concern right now. And this is where it's heading. It's almost in Winslow, so not quite yet. But if you're in Winslow Township in Gloucester County, watch out, because that heavy rain, that storm is at your doorstep here. It's moving through parts of Burlington, near Galloway Township, up towards Surf City and Atlantic City. You're included in that warning cell. This is the core of the hail that came through. We saw 1-inch hail out there. So you have to be careful and check your cars everywhere, stretching from Evesham to Runnymede to West Deptford, out through Chester as well. A quick wider look and we can see all the lightning strikes we're dealing with north of the city. Not a big deal. Your northwest suburbs, you're okay now, but the area is really just south of the city. 65 degrees the current temperature as you're heading out the door. A quick look at the day ahead. At 8 o'clock, we still have some downpours or storms around, but Sharifa, by lunchtime, nothing more than a spotty sprinkle. And by 4 o'clock, you have some breaks of sun and 68.
So we have something to look forward to,
yes.
But right now it's just not fun out there. We've been monitoring the blue route. Before it was Jersey, we were seeing the most issues. Now it's the blue route right now. This is 476 right around Avondale Road. You can see those flashing lights a little further up southbound lanes here. We had a down tree. You can see only one lane is getting by right now. But if you look at this sign right here, flooding just ahead. We're also dealing with some flooding now on the blue route that is causing some major issues as people make their morning commute. So you want to continue to monitor that. As far as travel times on the blue route, you can see in those southbound lanes, we're moving up to 29 minutes now from 76 to 95. Opposite direction, you're looking about 18. So that's just creeping up more and more as they deal with all of those issues. Over in Jersey, where we were monitoring that accident that happened on 295 southbound right at Route 47, we also have a down tree that happened in that same immediate area. You can see all of the red on the map. So people are slowed down because both of those now, the southbound lanes as well, down tree and a car accident that they have to make their way by. And we're still monitoring this crash that happened way earlier, but it's taking a bit for them to clear it up south of Rancocas Woods. Delran exit 43, 17 miles per hour, 12 miles per hour. We're moving really slow out there this morning. Matt.
Thanks, Sharifa. Karen Rogers.
We're seeing a lot of that lightning out there this morning, Matt. We still have severe storm warnings. I want to start with this shot again to give you an idea where it is until 6:45 this morning. And we can see they've shifted a little through parts of southern Gloucester, Camden, just the edge of Salem County there into Burlington and Ocean counties until 6:45. And look at all the lightning strikes that we're dealing with this as well. I want to zoom in right here and show you this is the cell that's the severe storm right now, and we can see it pushing through Gloucester Township, and it's continuing along the AC Expressway in Winslow, almost in Buena Vista at the moment. How about the precipitation rates? Now, it's not sitting here for an hour, but look at this cell producing as much as 3 inches an hour. And I point that out to you because you're driving through that. It's hard to see. Your windshield wipers just can't keep up with that. So if you're in parts of South Jersey, just stall the commute because it's coming down right now. And I do want to point out that if you're in Philadelphia, if you're northwest suburbs in Norristown, Montgomery Township, Upper Euclid, you're talking just a couple of sprinkles out there. It's not as big of a deal as it is south of the city, cutting through South Jersey. And there is another cell behind that I'll get to in a minute. But meanwhile, as you head outside, not only do you have the storms, you have really mild, humid conditions. We're already in the low to mid 60s here through the region. By 9, 10 o'clock, it's nothing more than a couple of showers. It gets a lot better in a hurry. Late afternoon, Matt and Tam, we got some peaks of sun and a high today in in the upper 60s. We'll talk about some cold air coming in the 7-day in a few minutes.
All right, sun would be good to see a little later. Thank you.
And welcome back in. If it's one place you don't want to be right now, it's out on the roads. We just have accident after accident happening now. This is the latest one happening on I-95 right near the Walt Whitman Bridge. These are in the southbound lanes, and you can see first responders, they are there. The cars are scattered around. Only one, maybe two lanes are getting by in this area right now, but you can still see how slick the roads are. It's been quite a messy morning so far, but we've been monitoring the blue route. We have an accident, we have a downed tree, and we also have one lane getting by because of flooding as well. So this is I-476 at Beatty Road, and you see just all of the traffic there, especially in those southbound lanes. So it's not looking good on the blue route. This is a little further ahead, Avondale Road, where we have the sign here alerting people of the flooding ahead. Here is where we only have one lane getting through. So you want to be careful over there, but as far as your travel times on the blue route, because of all of this that is happening, is just continuing to creep up even at this hour. Southbound from 76 to 95, 38 minutes at this point. If you're going the opposite direction, you're looking about 18 minutes, so you want to take it slow out there. It's just not a fun morning out here. Tam.
All right, thank you, Sharifa. So let's get you right on over to Karen Rogers and Sharifa Jackson to talk about your traffic and your AccuWeather. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, you need that umbrella, you need that poncho, you need to just stay off the roads too.
I think that's the trouble, that even where it's not raining now, because in a lot of spots it's getting a lot better right now, the trouble is there's so much water on the roads that you're going to be dealing with it. So let's show you what's happening right now on Storm Tracker 6. We have our multi-sweep scan to show you the issues. They have canceled the severe storm warnings at the moment. So our first one is pushed off the coastline. Our second one has weakened a little bit as it's heading through Burlington County. So although it has yet to put through Ocean County, they canceled the warning. You just have some heavy rain. The next one I'm keeping an eye on is just entering New Jersey and kind of crossing the bay right now. I think beyond that, it's looking less threatening. But this is one right now that's weakening as it moves through, but still producing a lot of lightning and some heavy rain. It's past Winslow and Chemung now, and it's heading towards Ocean County. But here's the one that I'm a little worried about, that they may produce a severe thunderstorm with this. And this is heading through parts of Salem and Cumberland County and into Gloucester County as well. So it's moving out of Wilmington and into Woolwich Township at the moment, and as Middletown, Delaware right now as well. As we look at the precipitation rates, it's coming down almost 2 inches an hour, 1.93. So although it's not going to sit there for an hour, it's kind of blinding as it's coming down that steadily. It's hard for the windshield wipers to keep up with that. Now, if you're in Philadelphia, north and west, it's been pretty quiet. You have some showers out there, not as big of a deal. 64 degrees the current temperature right now, 70 in Dover, with the humid conditions, especially down to the south, kind of fueling those storms that have mostly been south of the city. A few more showers or downpours around at 8 at 63. By 9, 10 o'clock, just a couple of spotty sprinkles, so try to delay the commute a little. At lunchtime at 65. By 4 o'clock, Sharifa, a peak of sun or two, we'll take it after the morning we've had out there. And I'm looking at the water on the roadway on I-95 too.
Yeah, there's a lot of water on the road, and we're still monitoring this crash that happened here, but it looks like it's pretty much cleared up now. We have an officer that's still monitoring the area, but they've opened up 2 of the lanes now, so cars are able to freely get through on the southbound side of things here, 95. This camera's right near the Walt Whitman Bridge. But if you are headed to the airport this morning, we have some reports of some flooding on 95 closer to the airport area, southbound side of things as well. So you want to be aware that, again, it's a lot of water on the road, so it can make things extra slippery if you are out there. Back on the blue route, we've been watching this for the past 30 minutes or so, and it's just a mess out there. We have a downed tree, we have flooding, we have an accident, all in the immediate same area, especially near Swarthmore. This is 476 at Beatty Road, and you can just see all the cars that are just piled up here. It doesn't really look like they're moving at all. If you have an alternate route or can go some back ways, I would probably do that if you can. But here over in Jersey, 295 Belmar area, we are still watching this crash. We also had a downed tree, some flooding all in the same immediate area here as well on the southbound side of things. 295 route right at Route 47, exit 25. So we're still monitoring that. Things have been moving very slowly over there. In Wilmington, though, we do have some speed restrictions. They've been here all morning because they typically do have some flooding, especially on 495 when they get a lot of rain. Reduced to 55 miles per hour right now. Monitoring all of this. You want to take it slow this morning. Tam.
All right, this is an issue on so many levels. Could tree limbs fall?
It is.
Skidding on the roads, giving yourself some time and patience.
And what we're looking at right now, is not as serious as it was an hour ago, but nonetheless, you've got some downpours and you still have some wind out there with this. Let's look at Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan right now to show you what's going on. We have our first severe storm that was pushed off the coastline. Our next one really weakened as it hit Surf City, but still producing a lot of rain right now. So no severe warnings at the moment. But in Little Lake Harbor Township, right along Route 9 on the Garden State Parkway, you have lightning and you've got that rain coming down pretty good. Here's our next storm. No severe warnings with this, but it moved out of Delaware and into New Jersey. Now it's in Washington Township. If you live in Gloucester County, it's really getting wet right now. In Pittsgrove Township, you've got a lot of lightning, and it's almost in Millville at the moment as it moves from Dover. In your northwest suburbs, it's nothing threatening at this point. No winds with this, no strong, we're not seeing any strong winds. We're not seeing hail. We're not seeing lightning, but you're getting a good amount of rain right now. If you're in Marple Township, if you were in Lower Merion, in Radnor, in Norristown, in Skippack, crossing the Blue Route and the Schuylkill right now, you've got that rain picking up almost in the city at this point. So watch for that. The severe issues have been more south of the city. A couple of those damage reports, Tam mentioned one, another one in Westville. A tree blew down on a vehicle in Gloucester County at 5 o'clock this morning. We had 1 inch hail in Folsom and a number of spots just south of the city. You had that 1 inch hail out there. Satellite and radar showing, although we're not seeing anything threatening to the west, it's still raining to the west. It's going to take a little bit before we dry out of here. But it is just rain without the storms. At 9 o'clock, still a couple of showers around, but mostly dry. Even at 1 o'clock this afternoon, maybe south and west of the city, a spotty sprinkle. Mostly dry this afternoon, and in fact we see some peaks of sun. Unusually warm right now, 65 in the city, 72 in Dover this morning, and feeling kind of humid. That helped to fuel some of these storms. They kind of overperformed as they moved through the area. So at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, we've got a few downpours in some spots, mostly south of the city, but it's still wet out there and you got to be careful. But we're not seeing the same threat of storms at this point. By 11 o'clock, it's mostly dry. By 3 o'clock, some peaks of sun and 68 degrees. The later afternoon hours aren't bad, but then we go cooler tomorrow. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Maybe some late breaks of sun, 66 for your high. Tomorrow, 55. It's cloudy, it's cool. You've got some drizzle or a shower in the morning. On Sunday, a few showers develop, especially late in the day at night. That's when it looks most active. In the morning, there could be a passing shower. 67, but a lot cooler to the north and even warmer to the south. Kind of depends on where you are Sunday. Look at what happens Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 55 Monday. Tuesday, Arctic air, 48. We're going to have freeze warnings Tuesday night. The overnight low 32 in the city. It'll be in the 20s in the suburbs. Wednesday, 13 degrees below average, 49. By Thursday, not quite as cool in 54. So we've got a really active morning, and I know, Matt and Tam, it's been tough out there as people trying to get ready to go.
All right, thank you, Karen. Let's get a...
Yeah, we got a good bit of rain this morning, and 95 is where we're seeing a lot of that water just pooling on the road here. You can't quite see it. We have a lot of emergency vehicles that are there, is blocking that left lane here in 95 southbound lanes. This is right near the airport, so we're monitoring that. Like, again, you can't really see it there, but we have a lot of water on the road. You'll want to take it slow when it comes to that. The good news here is on 95 closer to the Walt Whitman, we had this crash that was reported earlier. You see the tow truck is there, getting the car out of the way. Again, this is on the southbound side of things too. That car actually slid down into the embankment because, again, there's a lot of water on the road. It's really wet out here, so you'll want to be careful when it comes to that. We are monitoring this new crash that just popped up on the Schuylkill Expressway, westbound side of things near City Avenue. We have multiple cars involved with that. This is on the right side. It doesn't seem to be causing too much of an issue now because we don't have too many cars on the road, but we see police, they are responding to it at this point. That just came in a few moments ago. So we're looking at that, but other than that, the Blue Route, this is where we have seen a lot of issues this morning. We've had crash after crash. We've had down trees. We've had flooding all on the Blue Route. This is the newest crash that just popped up right at the Ridge Pike area. You can see the car kind of in the area there. Police there. All the cars are moving through. It doesn't look like it's blocking anywhere yet, any of the lanes quite yet, but we know they will be responding, moving that car out of the way. You want to take it slow out there. We'll be right back.